welcome to my reading corner where I read books and then proceed to traumatize my husband with them. Today we are talking about Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta, which is Cambric Creek Book 1. Oddly enough, there was not a content warning page, but I'm going to go ahead and say there will be discussions of an adult nature. So, onto the book. There's also, I couldn't find any art.
Oh, you can find art. You just can't find the book art.
I can't find appropriate art.
You can't find the book's art.
Well, there was one little bit of art in the book itself, but it was like a sketch drawing.
Trust me. There's ways to find art.
I mean legit art. You mean legit art?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're talking about illegitimate art of an adult variety.
Rule 34. If it exists, yeah.
All right.
Let's leave it at that.
So, we meet our FMC, our female main character, Violet, no last name. Nobody really has a last name in this one, or at least not that I was paying attention to. She is a bit down on her luck and facing the same struggles that many young adults face now. She just graduated with a master's degree and piles of student loan debt. And any entry-level job within her degree field does not make a living wage. And she is desperate not to have to move back in with her mom and dad. So she takes a job not in her degree field, but pays well enough, has all the job training and flexible scheduling. She's going to be a technician at the Morning Glory Farm, a subsidiary of Fizzle Pharmaceuticals. Which, a little discussion about the setting. We are in kind of a modern fantasy where we have cars, computers, and cell phones, but also orcs, trolls, goblins, tieflings, demi-humans, and other sentient non-human species. Morning Glory Farm collects specimens from male minotaurs, and they make Viagra with it, for humans. I guess I should say, interrupt me if you have any questions.
No, trust me. Half the stuff that you read, I'm already...
Mm-hmm. And there are other clinics around that collect as well, but apparently Morning Glory Farm is the cleanest and pays the best per ounce. Also, they have the most well-trained technicians to assist in the collection process.
All I can think of are the machines for the cow's udders.
They literally use one
and
of
they're
those.
all lined up.
Well, they're not. They get their own individual rooms, but they do it is a machine that's for the cow's udders.
Obviously, they're not like normal cattle. So obviously they get their own room.
But all this stuff we learn while we go on the training rounds with Violet. Yeah, a good bit of this is very clinical, and we get to learn how to operate the equipment and such. Details. It's a milking machine with just one nozzle. There's also what's called...
Still isn't nowhere near as bad as your other stuff.
Okay.
The last one and the Dorito ones.
There's also what's called a breeding bench that the bull sits on. It has a hole.
I swear to God, if that hole's for...
It's for exactly what you think it's for.
The person?
What do you mean?
You said it's exactly what I think it's for. The person?
The hole is for the bull to go through.
That is not what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's kind of like there's tiers in the room. And so, up on the upper tier is where the bench is, and it's got the hole, and it goes down, and then down below is where the technician goes and does all the collection.
So it wasn't what I was thinking it was. Okay, good to know.
What were you thinking it was?
You said breeding, so what the hell do you think?
Yeah, that is what they call it. I still have no idea why, but it is literally what they call it in the book.
As soon as you say breeding, that's not
breeding bench. But they collect specimens.
More of a collection bench.
Okay. All right. Anyway, back to the actual plot. So, Violet getting to...
Milking's not the plot?
No. There's actual, there's a romance plot in here. And Violet getting her first client is a bull named Rourke, but we don't actually learn his name until way later because a non-enemy is a highly valued commodity at Morning Glory Farms.
What? A non-enemy?
Anonymity. Let me rephrase that. Being anonymous is highly valued at Morning Glory Farm for both the clients and the technicians.
As big as those clients are, I don't see how the hell they're supposed to be anonymous.
Well, they live in a world where they're not the only minotaurs. And there's also other such critters. But anyway, she handles her first client, And she has an interesting reaction to handling him. And she does such a good job on him that he leaves her a $100 tip. And then they part ways. For him to come back the next week, specifically requesting her. And they kind of start a flirtation with each other.
Ending?
Well, I mean, that's what they need for this to work. They get paid by the ounce of what they produce.
He gave her a $100 tip. Happy ending?
He already got that before he got the tip.
She got the tip, not him.
Actually, no. They only use their hands.
Still, she got the tip.
Into the machine. Let's see, where was I?
Just a tip.
They kind of start flirting with each other during his sessions because they kind of become a weekly thing.
Jesus.
And in one of his sessions, he emphasizes that she should try the coffee at one of the local coffee shops, local to the farm. And now I'm going to go into a geography lesson. Violet grew up in a mainly human area. She moved to the city for college and graduate school, and at the current moment, she still lives in a shabby apartment in the city. The farm is in one of the city's suburbs called Cambric Creek, which is why it's called Cambric Creek, because there's most stuff happens. And I don't want to call Cambric Creek a small town, but it is artisanal. Like, there's several small businesses, family-owned restaurants, historic architecture, and all that kind of stuff. Any place that makes you think of? Okay. There's also a coffee shop called the Black Sheep, and it is one of those such places.
Let me guess. It's ran by wolves.
No, it's run by sheep.
Oh.
Family owned. So one day when Violet actually has time, she stops at the coffee shop and she meets a vampire named Galus. A lady vampire. Really what happened was, well, it's spelled Geillis. I'm not sure how it's really pronounced, but I'm going with Galus. Really what happened was Galus was trying to avoid running into one of her work peers and grabbed Violet in an attempt to avoid conversation. Galus was trying to avoid conversation with someone else, so she grabbed Violet and was like, "We're friends now, sit at the table with me."
Oh, one of those.
Yeah. But we get a cool friendship out of it. Galus is a vampire, and for a job, she collects blood for a local vampire restaurant.
Of course she does.
Neat little tidbit. And they become really good friends. Fast forward a few months, and Violet has kind of gotten into a rhythm at work. Rourke regularly visits her. He is specifically her last slot on Fridays. And he is the only bull that makes her react.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they kind of have this flirting thing going on, but nothing further than that.
Yet.
So it's Friday morning, and suddenly two of Violet's clients cancel back to back, taking advantage of a lengthy lunch. She decides to meet up with Galus at said coffee shop. While waiting in line at said coffee shop, guess who joins the line behind her and then surprises her by buying her drinks?
The special milker?
Rourke. Only at this point, she still has no idea what his name is, and he doesn't know hers. Again, a non.
So that long?
Yeah, that long.
Hey, milker. Hey, donor.
Ex-client and technician.
Okay.
They're known as clients.
They don't know their names, so I mean, that's what else you're going to say.
They're just called clients. Well, they do. Well, they're known by initials, actually. Let's see, where was I at? Now, the year running the shop actually knows Rourke, and she actually says both their names, because she knows both their names, coffee, drinks, and all that stuff. More specifically, she mentions and asks Rourke if he and someone named L'Oreal are going to attend her block party. And thus the miscommunication starts. And suddenly, in a panic and thinking she's been flirting with a taken man, Violet practically yells at him that she's on a lunch date with someone and runs over to meet Galus at their usual table. But unfortunately, Violet also still has to keep her Friday afternoon session with him. But on the way to said session, she learns a bit about Minotaur culture, specifically how the bulls wear rings instead of wedding bands. And Rourke just so happens to have a ring in his nose. Yeah. So they both kind of enter the session angry at each other.
Well, damn.
Yeah. But Violet, known for her bluntness, blatantly asks him about the ring in his nose. He sighs and admits to being divorced for 2 years and being too chicken to take the ring out. Apparently it's painful to take out.
And it ain't putting it in?
That's what Violet said. She's like, if it hurts putting it in, you might as well deal with the pain.
It probably hurt less coming. I mean, I'm just saying, it hurt going in, I can see. But I don't understand how it would hurt more coming out.
I don't know. He was married married for 5 years.
I mean, the nose is quite sensitive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is a bull, so...
Mm-hmm. And this is like, I mean, it's a bull ring. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And then L'Oreal comes up, but it's not big because L'Oreal is Rourke's neighbor, like right next door, and she is solidly in a relationship. L'Oreal is an elf dating an orc. Yeah. So they complete their session and leave calmer and kind of back to their flirty ways. Crisis averted rather quickly. A few weeks later, it's a Tuesday afternoon, and Violet gets stuck with a trainee. Nothing much comes of that, except this trainee isn't very good at the assisting thing.
Oh no, it slipped.
No,
it's everywhere.
Apparently, she's too stiff. Yeah. And right after introducing the trainee, Violet has a death in the family and has to leave for 2 weeks.
Well, damn.
Leaving Rourke with the trainee.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Somebody's about to get...
She returns, and Rourke is excited because he's had to deal with the less than enthusiastic trainee for 2 weeks, and also he has had his ring removed.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. He notices she's still having trouble with the death in her family and asks her for coffee after work, which he doesn't have to wait that long. He's always her last client of the day.
Pop it in. Hey, let's do coffee after. Talk about bedroom talk.
I mean, it's actually rather tame what they talk about during their sessions.
This whole book seems tame. You're trying to traumatize me, but I'm like, this is nothing. This is nothing. I was thinking it was going to be porn. Just the book's name alone and the picture on the book. I thought it was literally going to be one of your porn books, like the freaking Doritos on the and the how get it off your fingers, or the last one, which was smutty every few seconds, just about.
It's kind of barbarian.
This is
rather tame.
This couldn't even be considered rated R. Or even
it
rated.
Does have, because I mean, she does talk about having to deal with clients, but it kind of glosses over the other clients. It usually just focuses on her.
It's still, I wouldn't consider it as rated R because it hasn't even described. It hasn't described what it looks like or anything like that.
We'll get to that.
But you get what I mean? Like the amount of.
Because it does.
What you're talking about so far is not Trump. This is like Barbarian's Dorito book. This book is down here. Okay. So far is down here.
Okay, where was I at? Oh yeah, he asked her on the coffee date. Nothing happens on the coffee date. They just get coffee and talk, and he asks her on an official dinner date. Where again, nothing happens. They just have a nice dinner, and then he gives her a kiss when he drops her off.
Uh-oh.
And that is it. And this happens a lot. He is a gentleman.
Sloppy.
Well, she does talk about like the mouth shape being different.
It's like. Have you pet a cow's mouth?
Yeah, my grandpa raised cows.
Yeah. Can you imagine actually kissing that? Your whole face could be. Could you bet
Okay. Where was I at? But nothing happens, and nothing happens a lot because he is a gentleman and he doesn't want to push her into anything she's not ready for, especially since she's really already handled him. So this thing burns
even if they do
slowly.
Yeah, even if they do decide to date, it's more like, oh, I've already seen it. There's no surprise in it.
Yeah.
I've already handled it. There's no surprise.
Which is also one of the reasons why he doesn't want to push her into.
I already know what'll happen if we do.
Yeah, she doesn't want to push him in, or he doesn't want to push her into the naughty business because one, he wants to make sure she's ready. Two, he wants to ensure that she doesn't think he's in it for a quick thing.
It wouldn't be quick at all.
Yep.
Well, depending on how you describe it, because Minotaurs are cows.
Yep.
So.
Well,
still curious how that would work.
Continuing on, this thing burns so slowly.
Apparently they want to be.
Until she finally makes the first move. But he has to stop her because he knows she needs proper prep. So they make plans to spend a weekend at his house. And then they do the spicy business. Finally.
She got toothpicked. Javelin.
Yeah, I know she's been handling him for a good while, but that has been purely in a professional capacity. And afterwards, she starts spending all of her weekends at his place. And they do a lot of exploring of Cambric Creek together.
You hesitated there for a second on purpose. I knew what you were doing.
introduces her to several people, and a lot of it is to help her find a job in her degree field that will help her pay her student loans and credit card debt. And
what's her job field?
Art history.
I mean, she always draw a lot of...
No, art history would mean restoration.
Oh.
Yeah. And teaching. They're also trying to find a place for her to move into at Cambric so she doesn't have to drive in for the city.
Do they have the museums?
They do, but most of the museums that we're getting it. They also have a lot of historic houses in Cambric Creek too, which is why I was telling you it's very artsy, historic district, that kind of thing. Now Rourke owns his own business, owns his own house and everything, and he could let her move in and be her sugar daddy. In fact, he's already thinking about making them permanent. Let her move in and be her sugar daddy.
Okay.
In fact, he's already thinking about making them permanent, but she's not ready to take those steps. Eventually, she does get a job in restoration, and Galus finds her an apartment, but she still keeps on her few shifts at the farm, mainly the Friday afternoon shift, because only one technician is allowed to milk her bull. Happy ending. That's it. There were a few conversations about interspecies relationships, like bringing them home to her all-human town and all-human family, but those issues don't really go anywhere because we never really see it. It's just talked about. At least not in this book, but this is a series, but the next book is a different couple. And it's a pretty standard romance plot. I didn't find the job she had to do to be that shocking, and it was very clinical. That's my review of it. It was tame. Way tamer than I thought it was.
That's an understatement. I was expecting to be a roller coaster ride based off of half that you read.
Now we're going to get into some inappropriate stuff.
Oh my god.
Fun fact, Rourke is a sympathetic gagger. So whenever she tries to take too much into her mouth and gags, it gets him started so they can't do that particular fun activity. Next thing is he regularly produces 24 ounces of material, sometimes more. And the material is so thick it requires a special enzyme to break it down or else it will clog the shower drain.
Where have I heard that before?
I don't know. And then the description of the apparatus. So...
all you gotta do is tell me, is it going towards...
I'm about to.
Equine? Or equine? Okay. Or is it going towards literal?
I have the literal paragraph copy-pasted.
I don't need that. Just tell me. Is it going too realistic or is it going towards the non-realistic?
The Minotaurs vaguely resemble their human counterparts, but there was no comparing the size.
You're describing a horse.
It said human. They resemble their human counterparts.
Not the last part.
Well, some of them wore the same coloration of their own.
Not the color.
Hold on, I probably can't read that whole thing out loud without getting in trouble. So I might need to.
The other part. Either way.
But they vaguely resemble their human counterparts, just bigger.
Okay.
They were long and impossibly thick. Some bore the same coloration of their owner's very hide, while others were pink or red.
You said bold something, bubble or something.
Yeah, bubblegum pink.
No, the other part.
What?
The tip.
Oh, dome-like?
Yes. That's... you're just...
humanish.
Whatever. The point is, all you have to do is say, realistic or not. When you live around a bunch of farms,
yeah,
you see shit you don't want to.
All right. Time to pick the next one. See what we're going to traumatize you with next.
Traumatize me. The only thing that traumatized me was the bath with the what do you call it? Oh my god.
Ensnared by Tiffany Roberts.
Artwork.
There's going to be a lot of artwork for that one.